Fun fact, I snuck on the red carpet last year. That was my first time here at the New York Latino Film Festival. Yeah, I snuck on twice, got in trouble, and then I was so inspired by the hosts, Johanna, Angel, and to me, I was like, I need to be part of this. Like, this is what am I doing? I put in that work, and here we are. Dreams do come true, mi gente. Ya tú sabes.
All I have to offer is words. Just words. 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 Words.
Nobody cares.
What's going on, my beautiful people? It's your host, Ron Kain of Just Words Nobody Cares. This episode is special. We partner with New York Latino Film Festival to celebrate 25 years of storytelling, culture, and impact. Over the years, different voices have stepped onto that red carpet, each bringing their own energy, perspective, and presence to the moment. I had the opportunity to sit down with a few of the former hosts to reflect on their experiences, the preparation, the nerves, the growth, and the relationships built along the way. Because some of these conversations happen in person and others happen virtually, I broke this episode into two parts so we could give each format its own space and intention. This episode is the in-studio conversation, so I hope you guys really enjoy. Thank you. Highlighting the amazing hosts that were hosting everybody else at the red carpet in their previous years. But before we get to that, you know who we got on deck. My brother, my main man, Dre Drizzo.
What's going on? What's happening? What's good, my people? Happy to be here with these beautiful people on the table. Welcome.
And as always, the other lovely co-host on deck, our lovely honorable Haydee.
Hi, it's nice to be back. I'm always impressed, Dre, that you come on. I feel like I do so much prep. I'm like, all right. You got my little note cards, and then you just come on and you're like, what's up? And you have so much riz and so much charisma, and I'm like, I don't know what to say.
I'm dying in here. I am dying in here.
I just want to say you do a good job.
I appreciate you so much. You know I love you. Thank you.
So I'm going to start with David over here, and David is a wonderful, wonderful entertainment host. I don't know what you would call yourself, but I feel like you're really good at researching and really good at reporting and really good at sharing what's going on in the entertainment world, and you got your ear on the streets with that. So, and also you have a podcast, Husbanter.
Two husbands that like to banter.
Yes. So yes, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yes.
I'm really appreciative to be able to be here and share these stories again, because you finish these types of gigs and they kind of disappear, but we get to do it again, so this is great.
Happy to have you.
And then to my right is Katherine Nunez, who also has a podcast, Tales of a Latina. Did I say that right?
Yes.
So really excited for that, and really excited that you're out there gathering stories and sharing stories with other Latina women here. And you have many things that you also do. So I see you as a great social media influencer.
Oh,
so
thank
you for joining us.
I appreciate that. Thank you for having me. I love everything that you guys are doing, and I'm so grateful to, be included. So I appreciate that.
So, before you guys even, just to backtrack, and I love origin stories, I don't know why, but before you guys even did the New York Latino Film Festival, what were y'all doing?
Well, so that was 2022.
Oh yeah, by the way, which were the years that you guys did? My bad. Yes. I should definitely put that into
hosted
context.
in 2022 with Genny Genn. And I came in, it was my first year, and I was acting already. I was in a couple of films, and I'm still acting. I was pursuing my career, but I was in the beginning stages, and I was just like, how can I transition from modeling, because that was what my original, career path was in my 20s, when I was young and skinny. And then, I started getting older, and I'm like, oh, let me get into acting, because I love the arts. I love everything that has to do with, just being able to tell a story. And I found love in the craft of acting. And then I was like, oh my God, the New York Latino Film Festival, what a great platform for Latinos to tell their stories. And my manager at the time was like, I think you should host this. And I was like, I want to host it. And then we just reached out, and it made it happen. So
nice.
Yeah.
Success right away.
I literally wanted to know what year was it, and you just like, fuck.
I know. That's
I just
me.
messed with you. Because, just to backtrack, my bad, just so I could timeline it in my brain. You were
Yes.
20 in
2022.
2022.
Yes.
22, 3 years
That
ago.
was 3 years ago.
3 years ago.
3 years ago.
Wow. Okay.
And that's with someone coming later, Genny Genn.
Yes.
Good to know. Yeah.
2020. And David, you did when?
I was 2023, so I followed you.
Yes.
Followed in her and big
Back to back.
footsteps.
Yeah, big
Yes.
footsteps. And listen, everybody was always talking about the year before and how fabulous
Oh
it
my
was.
God.
And I was like, the pressure is on.
Yes. It was great. I was nervous too, like coming into a space like that was so big and like had, such notoriety. But Genny Genn actually made me feel really comfortable, and I was like, yes, girl. Like it was a very community based event, and it felt like family. So I jumped into it really quickly, and it was nice. I loved it.
We have our very lovely guests here. Thank you so much for joining us, both of you. So I'm going to start out to my far left right now, which is Johanna Ferreira, who is a really wonderful journalist and works with Pop Sugar and does really excellent articles around Latina women and from the perspective of Latina women. So
Thank you.
I checked a couple of them out this morning, and I definitely opened it in several tabs on the computer. Like, okay, I'll read this later. I'll read this later.
I love that.
And then directly to my right. I said left earlier. I meant right. So
Yeah, I noticed that
Yeah.
too.
my bad.
Stage left.
Stage left. So to
She's
my
theater. She's a theater.
Exactly, yeah.
So to my immediate stage left is Genny Genn, who is a phenomenal rapper who has dope music and dope music videos to go with.
Yes.
And
Thank
we were admiring the production quality on top of already the prodigious talent that you have.
Thank
You have
you.
excellent production quality in your videos.
Thank you.
So,
I appreciate that.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
That was great.
Yo, pero eso fue una
killed that
palabra que
shit.
tú
Yeah,
tiraste.
That was a great
I'm gonna
intro.
Google that shit.
I'm glad that she did it.
Yeah, right. That was a great introduction.
She did her research.
Jesus
Yeah, I'm always
Christ.
prepared.
¿Cuál fue esa palabra que tú tiraste?
Prodigious.
That's just banger. That's a banger. That's a keeper right there.
Yeah, that is a keeper.
Prodigious.
I mean, we are with prodigious women right now.
You're right.
Yeah.
So
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna have to Google that one.
Exactly. 'Cause I'm not in my head.
I
I'm
just
like,
know she said something that I'm like, yeah, I'm getting there.
I'm thinking
she
she's
told
getting
me
it wrong. I'm
something.
thinking she's saying prestigious. You know what I'm saying?
I'm basically
Like,
saying that. Like a prestigious talent. That's what it is.
Pero,
But you said
prodigious.
but when you say it like a different word, that just sounds even
It
more.
sounds- yeah.
But it's just words. Nobody cares.
It's just
Exactly.
words.
Just words. Nobody cares.
Jen, you had started. You had done a couple of years. You did 2 years of the New York Latino Film Festival.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, considering I think you're, if not one of the few or only one that done back-to-back
Drop
years.
a bomb and some claps, bro.
no. So me
Back-to-back
and
years.
Ronnie
Yeah, I did
Ronnie
back-to-back.
Castro. So I did. My first year was his second year.
Ah, so yeah. So only y'all two are the only ones that did multiple years.
I think so. Unless
That's
maybe,
what's up.
yeah, I'm not too sure. I wouldn't quote anything else.
say it.
That's all I know.
Say it.
I was gonna say I think Rachel and Juan Bago have done it twice as well.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure though. You
gotta
I'm just
We'll confirm that
guessing.
tonight.
I'm guessing,
fact check.
y'all.
So, what would you like? What was your first experience like the first year?
So, oh my God, the first year was super exciting. It kind of just felt like an actual real life manifestation because nobody really knows this aside from like the people that work there, but I volunteered the year prior.
Oh.
So high key, I volunteered 2019, right? And then the whole 2020 thing happened. And I was already working on getting in my hosting bag. I was just like, let me come in here, let me volunteer, let me meet people, let me see what this is about, right? I never had intentions to host. I just kind of wanted to be out there, right? I was in college at the time. Long story short, when I get there, I'm like looking at the host. It was like Ronnie and some other girl, I forgot her name. But I was like, damn, if only they knew
Who they got right
who
here?
they got right here.
Talk that shit. Talk that
But you
shit.
know, sometimes, like for real, all jokes aside, sometimes you gotta stay in your place. Like I was volunteering, I was giving an extra hand. I feel like I was doing beyond what a volunteer should do. aside from the fact that I was like getting to know everybody, I wasn't just like, oh, let me be shy. There was a bunch of shy volunteers there. I was like, bro, you're not networking properly. But anyway, I told myself, I was like, I don't know how, but I'm a host next year.
You made an impression.
Oh my God.
I'm a host next year.
That happened.
So I got in my bag. I was hosting. Shout out to Rachel La Loca and Juan Bago. I interned for their podcast, Latinos Out Loud. I interned for their podcast, Latinos Out Loud. So they needed, so they needed like a camera person. I was like, I'm down. Let's go.
Nice.
Then, mind you, I don't even do camera. I was like, whatever y'all need, I'm there. You know, like.
That's amazing.
And then fast forward, I was like, they always had constantly these events to go to. Like, they're always constantly getting invited to events. They can't make it. I'm like, what if I host and like interview people at these events, these media,
Smart,
press,
Hell
whatever.
Very smart. Yeah.
And I got you. Like, I'll make it seem like I'm like y'all are there, but it's me. I'm running the account. So I transitioned to social media / host, and then I started hosting just aside from them, like doing my own thing. And then I kind of built my reel up. I was like, here, niggas.
See, that's that hard
I ain't gonna
hustle
volunteer
right there.
anymore.
Here, motherfuckers. This is what it is. Hope y'all remember who it was.
Nice.
Wow.
And, you know, and I high key at Futuro. I mean, not Futuro. Sorry, I'm confusing it. They had 2 locations at the time when I when I volunteered, they had 2 locations. So there was AMC, and then there was Julia Roberts in East Harlem. So they had me doing both, but there was a night where like the host for Julia Roberts, because I remember they had Ronnie and then somebody else, that person I think called out. So I was like, yo, if y'all need me, I'm here.
Holla at me.
So that was really, if y'all need me, I'm here. Like, what's up? Yo, they loved that. They were like, yo, she just went in there. And I'm like, that's it. That's who I am.
Nice.
I'm very much like that. So then I did the parade. The parade. I'm like doing so many things, guys. I did the Puerto Rican parade. I did the Dominican parade. I'm over here. My brain is like the parade.
This year you did the parades?
Yeah, I hosted the parade. I hosted a float. I was emceeing a float. Hey, Dominicano, hey. Getting the city lit. It was a beautiful experience. Guys, I came back the next year and I was like, mind you, 2020 happened, COVID. I was like, I don't know if they're gonna do it. The second they put it that they're looking for hosts, I was like, what? They're gonna do it? I put the thing on the laptop. I was like, here it goes. And that was it.
Wow.
Yeah, that was my first year. Yeah, that was how I got to the first year. I feel like I had to let you guys know how I got to the first year.
No, thank you.
Because
we love finding that out.
glow up is real.
Yeah.
The thing is, I love origin stories.
I do too.
And I was just like, meet up. Go ahead, run with
The
it.
fucking hustle was real.
She took the blueprint.
You
That's
feel me?
that Harlem hustle right
Hello.
Yeah.
Thank
Jesus.
you. Mixed with Dominican.
Yeah, yeah, hell yeah.
I feel like that was a beautiful story of manifestation because
Hell
I
yeah.
feel like TikTok is making manifestation seem like you just like meditate it into existence.
Yeah, that
but
shit don't
like
work.
you did the work.
Yeah, you gotta do the work.
You gotta hustle.
Follow the steps a little bit.
Prayer's definitely in it, right?
For sure.
Right. The
But it's a
word.
part
You gotta
of
put
it.
the footwork. That's
Saying
how
it
it
out
works.
loud,
Yeah.
right? Feeling it, but you gotta put the footwork.
You gotta
That's
do
a good
stuff. Yeah.
It's a 50-50 exchange. I pray, but I gotta put the work in too. God is not gonna give you all that you need. Now you gotta put
Yeah,
that work.
Yeah.
he's not gonna give it to you until you're ready. That's what
Exactly.
people need to realize.
Exactly.
Only on you to be ready.
Exactly.
Put it in that work.
Wait, so Joe, let me just hear now. Let me hear your origin story, because that shit ain't like that.
It's not as cool.
If I fucking hear you submit an application,
I know, right? Just reverse the order of the stories. So like we're building up to hers.
It's not as cool as that, but I will say I did not have to submit an application and I did not have to audition.
Oof.
So mine was a little bit of a manifestation too. I had already like expressed to God, the universe, and to my connects, my industry friends.
So really, the connects. I'm sorry.
The connects. So I was like,
God
I
and universe
wanna.
first.
I've already done like quite a bit of like moderating panels, moderating like Q&As for screenings, but I wanted to like kind of dabble more in hosting, particularly like red carpet, particularly with Latino films. And I just got like I think it was either an email. No, I think it was a text. Straight up. I think it was a text from Led Black. Because I'm friends with Led and his wife, Eileen.
Shout out to Led and
Lovely
Eileen.
people.
Shout out to Led and Eileen Fuentes. So he was like, yo, they need a host for the New York Latino Film Festival. They got the dude. They need like a woman, right? And I was like, isn't that like in a week? I don't have a reel. I don't really do camera work like that. So I was like, I don't have a reel. He was like, it's fine. Just get on a call with Calixto tomorrow. Like, we highly recommended you. And I was like, okay. And then the next day I had a call with Calixto. I thought it was like an interview, and I already told y'all that I like prep. So I did like,
How did you prep?
She's ready.
like I like
ready for
researched
war.
all the hosts from the year prior.
I
I should have researched all the years. Right, because I would
Oh
have
my
found
God,
your
she's
music.
a journalist for real.
I would have
all
found
the
your
years,
music.
25 years.
But I'm gonna check it out later.
Went back to
So I saw
first
like
one.
Eliana did it the year before. I was like, oh shit, like there was an Afro-Latino Dominican. I researched Calixto even though I knew who Calixto was already. I just had never been in communication with Calixto. I had gone to the festival before, like to cover whatever. But I was like, let me really like immerse myself. I treated it like an interview, and it was like the most cash conversation. He was like, yeah, you got it. This is the rate. These are the hours. Can you do this? It's going to be like 6 nights back to back or whatever. I was like, I'm in. And I said I was in before I even told my job. So I told my job, I was like, because you got to run certain things when you work in corporate. So I was like, hey, this is not going to compromise my work schedule because I'm going to just go from work to the festival. I was so tired by that Monday because you figure I work like 10 to 6. I was working like 10 to 5 or 10 to 4 depending on how early I had to be at the Regal. And then there was one day I had to work at the Warner Brothers offices because they had like the mixer. I spent so much money on Ubers because I live in Astoria and I was like, I gotta be on time. I
Gotta make it.
had to do
Hell yeah.
my own makeup, right? Like had to go through my own wardrobe because I was like, I don't got money for a stylist or hair and makeup. I had to do
last minute. Too.
all this last minute the week before, but I made it happen. And honestly, I always say this, it was one of the best work experiences I've ever had. And I've made so many genuine friends from the New York Latino Film Festival family that like, you guys know Ramon Pesante?
Yeah.
Has become one of my homies, and we actually started a collective that he kind of spearheaded this year with 2 other Latino filmmakers. Shout out to Justin and Mildred. We started a collective called Unifutura. I think this is the first time we're like shouting them out, so I gotta let them know to listen to this. And basically, we put together events for Latino creatives in New York City where we like offer support, we share resources, we lean into community, and also we find ways to put out your art if nobody else is greenlighting it.
So let me get this
beautiful.
straight.
And then we got a Q&A after that I'm going to moderate for 30 minutes.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Making moves out here.
You go from fucking being invited to being a red carpet host to now having your own fucking festival.
Jesus
That was cute. She did well. That was cute.
I don't know. That shit was...
That shit went left quick.
I wouldn't really call it a festival.
I'm just joking.
But yeah, no, we got a business now.
Yeah, exactly. You got a space.
That's
You
what's
got-
up,
you have a way to
You
share
found your
work.
business partner at the festival.
Yeah, like I found my
that's
people
dope.
at the festival.
That's
yeah,
amazing.
Yeah. I
Making
made a
shit
lot of
happen.
friends in that festival because I feel like everybody that participates is in there for like a similar reason, which is basically like to support other Latino creatives.
The final guest of the day of the rounds that we're doing for our direct collaboration with New York Latino Film Festival's 25th year is, I would say, probably one of... Man, the originators, the original, the OG. I mean, I can't say that before you, I knew, I knew Calypso, right? Like, yo, we knew him from the block.
Mm-hmm.
But yo, it wasn't until you put me on to this dude is doing a whole fucking film festival that we should be paying attention to. So who we got on deck? My brother, Michael fucking Diaz.
Yeah. He's back.
OG.
I'm back.
He's back.
Are you one of the original? Like, I mean, when you did Juan Bago, you went in as, screening the film.
Yeah.
But then the following year, you were a host. Is that how it took place, or?
No. Well, yeah, actually, no. So my first year ever, funny enough, was when your cousin, Angie Cruz.
Oh, okay.
She went, and I went with Ed.
Mm-hmm.
So I went there in 2003. 2004, it was the year that I got the bug that I wanted to do a film. 2005, I went to Dominican Night and a couple other nights, and then I shot. That was like a couple weeks after I shot the film, and then 2006 I premiered it, and then 2007 I came for the red carpet. So it was a year after that.
Because by the time that you submitted the film, that was their 5th year.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah,
Right?
6th year, because it was 99, 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, 2005, 2006. Yeah, 6th or 7th. I'm assuming.
That's wild.
Yeah. So for me, when I did 2007, that was where I was working for what is now Fuse TV.
Oh shit.
It was CTV, and what they did was they gave like 20 East Coast, like La Bruja, Denny Hastings, me. They gave us a camcorder, and they're like, "Yo, create content." They were way ahead in the digital space. They're like, "Just create digital stuff." So I went ahead. I did Man in the Street stuff at the Puerto Rican Parade, and then I did the red carpet for the Latino Film Festival back in 2007. I interviewed Manny Perez, JW Cortez, even I was gonna lose. I forgot Celines Torbillo. So I was like, I was there, but I was doing a lot of trolling type of red carpet stuff.
Can you give
I was
us an
interviewing
example
people
of
like
that?
with a toothbrush, and I was
my
getting people's
God.
names wrong. I was just trying to get under their skin because again, I was into the quote unquote comedy stuff. So I bugged out with that, and then 2008, Jamie ended up being on the cover of the poster for the Latino Film Festival. Room 28 did a sketch with Calixto, like how to shoot a short film, and then we all three did red carpet as Room 28. So it was Jamie.
Do you still have that?
We have footage. We have footage of Jamie and Jerry interviewing people on the red carpet. And then I was doing that, and then in 2009, at the time, Rachel and I had Bochinche Bueno show back in Brooklyn. We were like, yo, let's get involved. So we did the red carpet in 2009. Then 2010, Oscar and Jessica, I forgot what her last name is. Jessica did the red carpet, and then Rachel and I continued doing the red carpet in 2010. So I did 4 years in a row in different capacities.
Oh, so you're a true OG.
Wow.
Yeah.
You did
I did four in a row.
Oh, wow.
That's the archive right here.
When the voice in the background was not even a thought at the time.
Yeah, like pre. Yeah, so it was great because like 1 year Vin Diesel's there, like you got Gina Rodriguez, you had everybody. It was dope. It was a little bit more babysitting in 2008 when Jamie and Jerry were doing it for obvious reasons. I don't know if they were taking their responsibilities too serious. So I was a little managing there, like yo, be serious, yo. And then
How come they didn't come on? Like, why are they not on?
they're not gonna consider themselves. They're gonna make it seem more like it was like, yo, you got to do the red carpet this year for Room 28. So it was a little bit more. They never did before or after red carpet after that year. So
No way.
and then 2009, 2010, I was doing it with Rachel. We did Dominican Night. We were doing the whole red carpet. It was a ton of fun. It was a lot of experience there, networking, and then being just a fever. I mean, I think that's what you pretty much consider that whole week, like a long fever with partying, networking, a lot of enthusiasm because you're around all these filmmakers and actors. They're presenting to everybody, so it's a lot of fun.
Wow. I mean,
I love
that's.
that answer.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that was
Straight
very
from the
beautiful.
archives.
Yeah.
I mean, have you, if there's anything that you can implement today that you would have done, is there even space for that to, like, whatever you've
That's a great question. I don't know if that's the case because I was a different individual at the time. So I know that if I do it now, then, because back then I just wanted to be involved in any form. From 2006 probably like to 2009, I was helping doing the marketing. So I was involved because, I was doing Mi Gente and involved in all these spaces. So I wanted to help out with the grassroots to get the festival out there. So I was not only doing the red carpet from 06 to 08, 09, I was also helping out with the marketing end as well. So I just wanted to get involved because I know that all those tools that we need as a filmmaker is also creating it, but you also need to get your film out and get the buzz out. And you remember like when it was Juan Bago, like we took over. Like that shit was like 06, we were taking over. So I still was, I felt very grateful to Calixto in the film festival. So it was kind of like my thing for like a month and a half because from the pre-production of it, I wanted to be involved. I wanted to help out, get the word out because I know how it influenced me. I wanted to get everybody else to be aware of the film festival.
Did you fucking rehearse this question?
I've been doing this for a long time. 20 years, bro.
A true OG.
20 years ago, we shot Juan Bago, bro.
Damn, it's been 20 years
It's
already?
a 20-year anniversary, bro.
Did you do anything?
No.
Why not?
Maybe 25th.
Okay.
25th?
Quarter, what is that in the like wedding? So it's a very forward-facing role in a very forward-facing event. So how do you go about choosing your outfit for each day? What was that process like?
It was like weeks in advance.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I don't want to get up the day of
Yeah.
and try to figure this out.
that's the
Like I
worst.
want to like plan it out. I also looked at the schedule and I was like there was a night that was really solely devoted to hip hop, and I was like, what Nikes am I gonna wear?
Adidas tracksuit would have helped out.
That's it. Like I was like, let me not cosplay this shit.
For real.
But
I just went with like a cute black dress. Like I just wore, the first day I wore a blazer with some jeans and like I kept it casual, like kind of casual but still professional. And then I just did like a cute little black dress. Like I'm glam, so I like to look glam all the time. And I was like, oh, it's a whole thing. And I remember that Genny Genn was like, oh my God, like I want to dress up too. Like it inspired her to get dressed up. So we were both on the carpet, like, two little baddies hosting. It was cute.
How did y'all prep for the questions? Or did y'all prep? Y'all freestyled it? How y'all do it?
I freestyled it.
I freestyled too.
Well, I always freestyle.
I freestyled it.
I had a
I'm a
couple
nerd.
like banked questions of like
Yeah.
what would be something fun to ask that they could probably use as like viral stuff over and over. And I talked to Calixto Chinchilla, who we all love Calixto. He was like, there's no way you're gonna watch every single film. There's no way you're gonna remember everything. So just go out there with like heart and ask what comes to mind. And it really was good training ground because I would grab people and I'd be like, tell me your name, tell me what film you're in, and what do you love about it before we start this thing. And people would tell me like quick anecdotes, and then I was able to like vibe with actual questions for the actual interviews.
Yeah, for me, I'm always like, what inspired you to create this project? What was the
that's your
motivation? Yeah, that's my go-to. What was the
there's always
motivation
one,
behind
sure.
it? It's like kind of like a standard question, but still a very important question. And yeah, everybody loved it. I kind of stuck with that. Like, what motivated you? What inspired you? Who are you looking forward to seeing? What films are you, excited to watch? Because, even though a lot of the producers and writers that were there, they're there for their film, but they're also there to see all other people's projects. And I think that's what New York Latino Film Festival is about. It's like coming together to support everybody's projects. So.
Yo, did you rehearse these fucking lines?
For real, that shit is on point.
Everything's
Well, we know Calixto's
flawless.
watching, so we gotta be on point. Hi, Calixto.
Yeah, here to come to check in.
Shout out to Calixto.
Yeah.
Not even to plug it that hard, but what's pretty cool is that when you do create a project like the Latino Film Festival, damn, this shit already sounds like a commercial. But
Isn't that what we're doing?
I know, right? Yeah. But when you do create something like that, like one of the beautiful byproducts of that type of cultural experience is to walk away with knowing that, either I'm gonna not only just network with intent, but then also develop relationships with people that will think of you for future projects and be like, that person, I saw this person doing that, and even just being present in the moment, because developing those organic friendships also does introduce consideration for later projects. So I think like that in itself, hearing both of y'all stories, because I, not that I didn't do any background research, but but it's different when you hear it from people. Plus, people be to people's credit, like my social media activity isn't all that great. Like for you to see whatever I did in 2018, you could just scroll like 2 times. But
Scroll once and it's there.
I was trying to research Katherine before. I was like,
you gonna be here all day.
This morning, that was me. I was like,
That's my girl. Sometimes
also,
I'm trying to
when she
also,
did she do this?
Not to
Don't mind
cut
me, don't
you
mind me.
off, but I feel like our particular stories, there's no way you would have found that out without speaking to us.
Oh, no, definitely.
You know what I
Without
mean?
the organic
Definitely,
connection.
Yeah.
But it definitely shows that y'all both got signed out of the festival for
for sure.
to
For
catapult your
sure.
careers.
What
For
for you?
sure, definitely.
For you, Genny, what was the difference between year 1 and year 2? What was your takeaway between
So the
those two?
takeaway for me for year 1 and year 2 is that year 1, I would say, Ronnie taught me the ropes, right? He was kind of like seasoned already. He did the year prior, so he knew what to expect. I didn't know what to expect. I was just kind of like happy and like excited and like everything was new to me, right? So I was just doing what my Genny Genn thing, but like a little greener, right? Like a little more greener, like more and more like rookie. I did my thing though, like they loved me, but like I know the difference. I could tell the difference. Like when I did year 2, I rocked it. I owned it. I knew what to expect, and I also was, if I was confident the year prior, I was 10 times more confident the second year.
El diablo, entonces,
You know?
¿y a qué
For
nivel tú
sure.
estás ahora?
A 100, loco, a 100, a 100,
I just
loco.
freestyled in front of Wallow 2 nights ago, so that's how the confidence is.
Damn.
In front of mad people, Wallow, Don Q, mad influencers. I was like, well, my side quests are unmatched, but my publicist threw me in there. She was like, Genny, you better go in there, because it was like a female cipher. But anyway, turn the page. Yeah, I mean, it definitely seasoned me up. First year was kind of like, okay, this is my first time doing it. Second year was like, oh, nah, baby, let's go. I got this. What we doing? What's the outfits? What's the year? What's the films? Who's coming? All that kind of stuff. So
I love it.
Y'all attend every year?
I don't attend every year. I feel like I've attended whenever I've been invited, because I usually get invited through the PR team. It's funny because last year I got invited, before I got the gig, I got invited by our friend Maria Kain, because she's a programmer. And then the next week I was like, so actually I'm going to be hosting it. I'm not going to be covering it. And she was like, okay, that's kind of better. So this year I'm going to hit her up because I plan on going. And I plan on going to the block party too. I love the block party.
I
they
love that
announced?
they're doing that.
Yeah.
I love that they're doing that.
Have they announced what they're doing this year for the block party?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet, but I'm excited. I ever since I volunteered, I've gone every year.
Oh, that's so cool.
I think I didn't know who the hosts were just because the block party is very like interactive
It's busy.
and it's busy. There's no interviews being taking place.
Yeah, it's
so
like
I didn't
chill.
really pay attention. I wish I met them because I mean it's just nice to meet them. And be like, how do you feel? I was there. It was
would
fun.
be so cool if you guys had. I mean, I know there's no budget for this, but if there was a budget to get like every, if y'all had a budget to get like
If I had a
every
fucking
previous
machine gun
host there,
sound effect, it would be right
So
there.
where are these resources that you have for other Latino artists?
I can tell y'all motherfuckers got no budget, but it's alright though, you know.
That's hilarious.
Have you by chance met anyone that maybe you got a little starstruck by or got caught off guard?
Ooh, I wasn't prepared for that.
Catching you off guard.
I guess, I mean, there was that year there was Luis Guzman and Vin Diesel and Michelle Rodriguez. Because I think, I don't know, did they screen in Fast and Furious? There was a movie that they were all there. Not Luis Guzman, but there were a couple of 09 when Rachel and I were doing. There was a bunch of celebrity and actors in there. That Whoopi Goldberg was there. It was a lot, nonstop. And when I get starstruck, I'll be like, "Yo, Rachel, you go ahead. You interview. I'm taking notes." She'll be like, "Why me? Why am I doing it?" I'm like, "Chill, go ahead." And I'm just like, because I would have been like, ugh. So yeah. And then probably one of my favorite moments too was when O and I in 2010. We did the red carpet, and I came up with the I Plátano. So I had the Plátano. We put headphones in there, and we were just bugging out, interviewing people with the I Plátano thing. So it was fun for Dominican night up in Washington Heights.
So funny.
In the Colombian, when Colombia had like a theater back over there. 168th. So
Colombia had a theater there?
yeah, man.
Word? Yeah,
And they had Dominican night over there. So
Yes.
and everyone would go to BBQ right after.
BBQ's
Yeah,
the spot.
man.
After every event, BBQ's the spot.
I got to interview Luis Guzman.
Oh shit.
Oh, I saw that. That's pretty cool.
Like, first of all, it was the very first thing I did that night.
Oh, shit.
That was the first
like
interview?
the very
First
very
interview?
first interview. I was sweating. The microphone wasn't
There you go.
working. I mean,
Oh, it wasn't working. I know.
we were like
So-
using cell phones to grab the audio. Everybody, but everyone, like you said, it was family.
Yeah.
Everybody chipped in. Like everyone was like, "How do we make this work?" Luis is on the carpet. We have to get him interviewed, and David is doing it, whether or not we hear it or not. But we made it work. We got the sound. So it was really exciting, and it was like baptism by fire for that
my
to be
God.
the very
Truly.
first thing that I did.
Yeah, that's
That's a good way to break the ice.
Yeah.
So did it make everything else easier after that? Like once you got that,
100%.
you're like, okay, I got it
Keenan
now.
was right after. It was like this, and then Keenan right after,
damn.
like back to back.
Okay.
It was wild.
That's amazing. I think for me, just being in a room with a lot of like producers and directors and people that are behind the scenes was like great for me, because that's where I want to be an executive producer. So I was like very inspired by everyone. It wasn't like anybody in particular that I was starstruck by, but it was just an amazing experience. I don't know how to explain it because I was nervous. So at the same time, I'm trying to remember names and people, and I'm just like, I'm just here, and I want to make sure that I interview these people and make sure they tell their story. And I wasn't really focused on like who was who, but more so like having them tell their story and putting their stuff out there. So I was nervous that day. Just kind of like I'm nervous now.
There's nothing like a Latino Film Festival. We got nothing to worry about.
Yeah, so, and I had interviewed her before too, Yalitza Aparicio. She was in Roma, and I'm really embarrassed that I'm forgetting the name of the film that was in
Roma?
the festival.
No? Oh,
No,
the
it was a documentary. It was a documentary about an indigenous tribe in Mexico that basically they created their own version of softball with rocks and sticks, not knowing what baseball or softball is, barefoot.
Oh, wow.
That's what the documentary was about, but I'm forgetting the name, and she's not in it, but she was either like the narrator, or the producer, or the executive producer, whatever. So I had interviewed her before on Zoom. So I speak Spanish, but it's like very broken, right? Because I'm from here. Yeah, it's not professional. It's not professional. So especially if I'm talking to like a non-Caribeño, like I get super nervous. But on Zoom, I was able to like have the questions in front of me in Spanish, rehearse them or whatever. So like I did quite a good job in that interview. But at New York Latino Film Festival, I kept saying, I was like, guys, do I got to do it in Spanish? And Yanel was like, ¿Tú hablas español? And I was like, but it's like broken Dominican Spanish. How the hell am I going to? So I was so nervous that I actually had to do it in Spanglish. And then like somebody was translating, and she was like, she even said, she was like, but your Spanish is fine. Why is somebody translating? I was like, I don't know, like I wanted to be, so that was like the most off guard I was the whole festival, but it wound up being like kind of nice though. And she was like, you should do interviews in Spanish, you were fine or whatever. And then the other interview, it didn't catch me off guard. I just was a little starstruck because I think he's a phenomenal actor, was Jarrell Jerome for Unstoppable. That was dope.
He was there.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Dominicano, what's good?
Shout out to him, yeah.
Same question.
So rephrase?
My bad.
Repeat the question, sorry.
Did anybody?
Was I scared?
No, not just caught off guard by the. Not even like scared, but sometimes it's just off guard because my experience seeing that sometimes these people don't even announce themselves; they just show up. And it's like
they don't know they're coming. Sometimes.
And, so it's like and if whoever came up to you like, oh shit, I'm talking to you, like, I mean, did you ever have that experience?
If I'm gonna be really honest, I don't feel like I was ready for any of those interviews because it's the same thing.
No te preparan.
Yeah. I don't know who's coming. We don't know. No one's confirmed. The people who are confirmed, you kind of find out day of, and then kind of like you try, and then I was just like, am I gonna scram through the phone right now in the middle of the red carpet?
What's your go-to question to break the ice?
Oh, I forgot. I had a list of go-to questions actually.
I think the break the ice is always like, what's up, y'all? It's your girl, Genny Genn. I'm here with Yvette. Estamos aquí. How you feeling right now? That was it. How you feeling to be Latina or Latino here in the New York Latino Film Festival? That was the icebreaker.
That's the icebreaker.
And it's like, what film are you representing? Right? It's about the film festival.
Yeah.
It's not about them.
I think if you got 2 or 3 good questions, you good.
Pretty good.
Right there,
right?
the
You
go-tos,
had to
you
how they
good.
gotta keep moving.
Exactly what you did, I think you good right there.
You had to have the icebreaker question.
You gotta do it next
What
year.
helped me too was like I researched like all the movies, so I was like, I didn't always recognize who was coming, but thank God Yanel would tell me, oh, this is Fulanita from that movie, so I'd go straight into like, so what do you want people to take away from the movie? Or I'd bring out like a theme from the movie or whatever.
So prepared.
Yeah, so I always kind of used the movie because I was like, I'll get better answers if I just plug in the movie. But I didn't always have the opportunity to do that because sometimes they'd bring somebody and I'm like, who is this? And they'd be like, we don't know. Just ask them your icebreaker questions. Yeah. That happened like maybe
They would
2
just hit me with the, okay, Ron, podcaster, just words, go. And I'm like, all right, let's go.
So you like words, huh?
I'm with that. Because for the most part, I mean, I work in production. That's really how it be sometimes too. When stuff starts messing up, you kind of just got a problem solve right there. It's just-
Yeah. If anybody in my life, if I ever step foot on the red carpet and I'm the one being asked the question, and if they ask me, so how you feeling tonight? I'm like, these motherfuckers don't even know who I am.
I'm gonna hit him with one word answers. Good. How's the podcast? Good.
These motherfuckers didn't prep for me. They don't care about me.
But you gotta be prepped for that.
No, ya yo sé ahora todo lo truco.
Exacto. Ya tú sabes.
Are you looking forward to host again sometime in the future? Will you do it again?
I'm maybe more panel wise because the red carpet thing was never like I did it and I enjoy interviewing, but then that's something where I kind of overthink it sometimes, especially because sometimes you will go on the red carpet and you don't know who's gonna be in there and you're like, hey, oh shit, they left. And then it's like, so for me, my favorite is when I'm able to moderate a panel that I could prepare. I know who's on there, but sometimes the red carpet could be a little too fast for me, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
So I did enjoy it. I the energy too, because when you have people coming in and they're taking pictures in the red carpet and they're being interviewed, they're so excited. I like that energy in there, but I'm more suited for panel moderation, moderating.
More control.
Yeah, more controlled. More like I can be the nerd and use ChatGPT now to look up some of the deep search.
Thinking.
Yeah. It's like, oh, woo, I got a good one right here. Probably no one knows about this question right here, and I can do that. But
most of the hosts was talking about that their struggle was with the not knowing who's coming next.
Yeah,
like that was a big thing.
stress.
Like fuck, I know what's
or
coming.
let's keep it real. I've been going to the festival for a while. You'll have cop number 2 who thinks they're like a main piece of the film. Sneak in the red carpet and
wait
be
for
like,
your
yeah,
questions.
what's up? Yeah,
Wait for your questions.
Yeah,
Like,
so, hey, so what's your name? You're Benjamin Torres. All right, so also what character you in? Yo, I play cop 2. I say one line. I'm like, how am I supposed to ask you like 3 questions? You know what I mean? Is it your cop uniform? Okay, cool. All right. But no, in fact, if I'm going to keep it a million, that is sort of my favorite when... Okay, so...
Cop 2.
No, I have to...
Keep your peace.
I gotta control what I'm about to say right now.
Oh, shit. Is it Cop 2?
The best red carpets for, like, really? Are the Dominican film... not the festival, but just whenever there's a Dominican movie... Because the egos are like, I swear to God, it could be a grip. And they go in, they're well dressed with their +1. They come in. Even if they're not on the after party list, they act like if they're the fucking executive producer. The egos of Dominican, that is like the most the juiciest thing. I'm like, why are people always feel like, you know, like they could just be a background dancer in a montage scene. You have to freeze it, and they come in the red carpet like
killing it.
Ven acá, I want to ask me some questions. I'm like, really? Come on, let me check your IMDb real quick.
Let me check your
I'm pretty sure you get a lot of that.
No, you know what? If I did it, I would do it sort of like in disguise and just troll. You know me, I love the troll. So I would probably do it one year where I would go in with a mask, you know, whole thing, and then just fuck with a bunch of people just to see how they would get. So
yo, listen, if I know that I'm having even a short little part on a movie, I'm writing that whole experiences out. So I don't blame them.
I don't blame them either.
I don't know if I'm gonna get another role
That's
again.
what I love about Dominicans.
I'm a ride. I'm gonna put my best church suit on,
Yeah.
and then
These are my best church shoes.
Yo, I have been involved on some after parties for some Dominican movies, and doing the door is like, yo, they don't respect the list. Like, you be like, you're not on the list. Well, I'm on the list. I'm like, but you're not on the list. But I'm on the list, and I'm going in, okay? I'm like, all right.
Do they go in?
They got in.
Headstrong.
that is hilarious.
What are you looking forward to this year with this festival?
I mean, I like to go every year. Even after I hosted, I've been going every year, and I just look forward to the new films that are going to be coming out, the new stories, the performances, and just meeting new people, because I feel like every year there's new people that hear about the festival and come and support, and that's what I'm there for. Just the people, the community.
Todos los highlight clips, vamos a ver. Yeah, were there any gigs that y'all got off of that? Like, did y'all get any major contacts and say, yo, this was a nice little jump off point?
It really did propel my career. And obviously still grinding and hitting the pavement, working day in and day out. But I remember shortly after the festival, I was talking to Calixto. We were just like catching up, and he said, what's on the docket for you next? And I was like, I got to get into the morning show circuit. I want to go and like talk entertainment and do that whole thing. And Calixto was like, who are you reaching out to? And I was like, I gave him a list of people. He goes, email so-and-so, tell him you know me. And I had emailed this person. And he was like, email so-and-so, tell him you know me, put my name in the subject line. And I was like, okay.
Wow.
So I did. I swear to God, I'm not joking.
Calixto, I need that too.
I did it.
For the next
I did
film.
it, and they literally immediately
love
responded.
that.
And I've been
No way.
working in more. So I'm like,
One name will change everything.
I love that.
Okay, Calixto.
Wow.
That's
Damn,
amazing.
that's amazing.
For me, it inspired me to create my own platform, Tales of a Latina. Like, that's what it did for me. Just meeting everybody that works behind the scenes. Like, it's not always about being in front of the camera. Sometimes, like, playing the background role is so important, and I that's what I learned from being at that festival and hosting and being part of the production, and like, you know, it was just beautiful. So for me, that's what it did for me. It inspired me to create my own platform, and I've done great things after that. You know, like, it kind of gave me some notoriety in the film industry where other people wanted to like reach out to me and work with me on other films, and it just gave me a little bit more respect, and I like that. I appreciate that.
Put some fucking respect.
Respect on my name. A lot of people, even though we're working in it and we don't see it, that we inspire so many people. There's people that don't get to do this because they don't have the opportunity, they just don't have the resources. So I'm just very grateful.
and it's important to remind yourself that person 5-6 years ago, like, I wasn't hosting. I started hosting in 2019. And when I started, I was like, I would have died to be sitting at this table.
Yes.
I would have died to be on the carpet of the Latino Film Festival. And then when you start getting in the grind of it, you're like, I got to go do this thing. No, take a breath and realize, like, that person 6 years ago would be like, run to that table.
Run to that booking.
Run to that carpet.
Yes.
You're right. Yeah.
Absolutely. It's hard. I mean, it's easy to lose sight of that too. And it's always like, I always check in with my 10-year-old self. Like, okay, I know I'm very frustrated with things going on right now, but she's really excited, so I'm still excited.
Right.
Yeah.
And I have a little niece. I have a few nieces, but I have one special niece. Her name is Kain. Shout out to her legacy. She always inspires me because her mom is like my partner in crime, and she'll call me and put her on the phone, and she always says, "I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy for you. Oh my God, I love what you posted." And it could be the smallest thing, but that right there is like, okay, I'm gonna keep going because this little girl's watching. You know, she sees what I'm doing and she's inspired. So
That's beautiful.
Number one fan.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
That is amazing. Gotta tell my nephew stop calling me.
I know.
yeah, tell them to call you.
That motherfucker. He told me he was gonna come to our season launch party.
I called him right after. Oh, yeah, my man, where you was at?
So, if you had to offer any advice for this year's and future New York Latino Film Festival red carpet hosts or just hosts in general, what would you extend to them?
I would say to be present, stay present. You know, be nice to everybody. You know, like you don't know who is working the festival. Everybody is a part. Everybody plays a role. So that would be my takeaway. Just be present and be nice to everybody.
Be nice to everybody.
Common courtesy and
it's
manners.
very smart to be nice to everybody. You never know.
You never ever know.
You don't know.
In every situation.
In every situation.
I feel like people should do that genuinely, though.
Yes, genuinely.
They should.
You know, but sometimes I've experienced this, not me that I've done it, but like I've seen it with other up and coming artists. They are so into in their, you know, I'm an artist. And they forget to be present, like, because they're so into themselves. And so I feel like if you're present and you're nice to everybody, you're not all about, oh, I'm the artist. No, everybody here is an artist. Oof. Everybody here is working. Everybody's doing something. So respect everybody. You know, you're not the star. We're all stars, kind of thing. You know?
No, that's a whole festival of stars, right?
Yeah.
Like everyone's premiering. Everyone's there for a reason.
Exactly.
So true. I mean, I always come with the same mentality, just be nice to everybody. And it paid off because there were times where I needed help and people who I didn't know or just met for the first time were like, how can I help you?
Exactly.
So 100% agree. I think I would say for advice, stay connected because it really is a community. And I said it earlier in the podcast, but I have been able to build relationships with people that I met on the carpet, people that I worked with there. Like, I talk to Eliana Reyes all the time, and Tanari, who's in Buena Vista Social Club. Like, these are people who we lift each other up from a double tap on an Instagram post to, like, showing up to someone's events.
Right. Yes.
It's just really important to continue to build this community because you need it.
And
We all need it together to get through this door.
Yeah.
So the rules, the advice is no sea come mierda. And fucking hit that like button, man. Why you being stingy with the fucking like button?
Support and like.
But I guess all jokes aside, I would say advice I'd give is just have fun. Have fun. Really take it all in because it goes by really fast. Be in the moment. Don't overthink. Just do. And be receptive of feedback if people are giving you feedback.
Those are really good. Those are great.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Joe?
I'd say my number one, so there's like 3 of them. So the first one would be, as someone who over prepares for everything, be willing to just jump into it. I feel like it was a really good educational experience for me because like I've never done something so guerrilla style in my whole career, where it's just like, just get in there, just do it with no preparation. So be willing to just jump in it. I think my second thing would be, especially if you work in media or in entertainment, is to really take the time to like connect with people, network, you know, make friends out of it. Don't just look at it as like a job opportunity, but look at it as like a community opportunity as well. Because like I said, I made a lot of really great friends and connections through that. And I'd say the third thing is, I love that she mentioned to be willing to take back feedback, but also like be willing to like cut yourself some slack. Because I definitely had interviews, I just told you guys, with Yalitza Aparicio that were not perfect. And if I would have like stayed in my head about that, that could have ruined the rest of the night. I had to just keep it moving.
Right.
Yeah.
Be present, be en el momento. Esté aquí presente and put in that work. you earn that, right? So when you're the co-host and the host, you earn that. Remember all the people that got you there, have those receipts of gratitude, and don't, not one second hold back from helping someone else. You know, just because you're the co-host doesn't mean that you can help lift the box. Doesn't mean that you can help guide somebody attending a film. So to me, I think that's the best advice. And then plan, prepare, and then expect the unexpected. Because it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, but you got this, because you were made to be here. You were born to be in this role.
My advice is for you to be you, for you to be fun, for you to be carefree, and for you to, like, I don't know, if you really want to do this and you want to be part of this career and hosting and being around people and networking, like, have fun, come through, and share part of your joy with us, you know what I mean? Like, share your joy, share your beauty, share it. That's my advice. Be authentically you, I guess. Okay, goodbye. I go sleep now. Thank you.
The last takeaway, like, you know, what about the industry in general is making you excited moving forward?
I think it's not even more about the industry but I think it's more we're getting forced to self-create. I think now with everything going on with the industry, everything, like, I mean, with streaming, as you even noticed. Yeah, great high score. I think it's getting us to a position where we have to be very creative and we have to self-create. And you talked about Substack and you talking about all this stuff like that. I think now as an entrepreneur or someone who's creating stuff, you have all the platforms. You just have to build your audience and you have more leverage. I think back in the day it was a little bit more like, oh, I'm gonna get money to shoot a film and hopefully you get the stuff. But now I think we're being forced to self-create, like us doing podcasts, doing all this stuff. I think it's the nature now that we have the ability to do that on our own.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I think the manager in the background.
He's good, right?
Yeah, he's been saying wrap it up for quite some time. So.
Keep it down and wrap it up.
This was absolutely wonderful.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Dre Drizzo, thank you very much for coming through. Lovely, honorable Haydee, thank you very much. My brother Mateo in the background, Manager Mateo. I'm gonna call him
Manager Mateo. That's got a good sound to it. It's very accurate.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna go with Manager Mateo. Thank you very much for your patience. I appreciate you. But most importantly, Mike, my brother, always lovely and wonderful catching up with you.
Absolutely.
I appreciate all the insight you're always down to share.
Absolutely.
And it means a lot, brother. Thank you.
Yeah.
Have a wonderful day. Or evening.
Either way.
Hello, mi gente. It is your correspondent. I'm your girl, Genny Genn.
And I'm your girl, Katherine Nunez.
And it is day 4 of the New York Latino Film Festival, y'all.
Day 4, y'all. So stay tuned. And if you haven't gotten your tickets for tomorrow's block party,
pull up. Pull up.